Welcome to Fastang 444. In this video I will show you a collection of final showdowns with a few highlights along the way so it's not too long. This is the point that I like to leave from. You can see on the map here. This is Arena 9. The range of time to leave is 11 to 13 seconds. I will leave it 13 seconds. Turn the volume down through here. The Funko was incessantly honking their horn and messaging. I compare it to giving a child a whistle. You don't do that. So I leave perfectly at 3 seconds. And when the finish point appears, it looks as though it's over towards the lava field, and ironically the Funko runs right into a tree there. I think they were more interested in honking their horn and their little cute chat messages than actual focusing on the race. So I will go over to the right here. It's a flatter line, and I wound up bouncing off of the tractor there, and that changed my trajectory, so I wound up just going with it, and we'll go under this bridge, or bridges, and then once I am beyond this bridge I will go over towards the finish. Sometimes final showdowns go like that. What was the initial plan changes when you bounce off of the tractor. So I recognize this area. This is the thumbs up fist, so between that short dirt road and this grove of trees is a clear route. When I get done spinning out and rolling over, and here comes a vehicle on really quick, the Funko. They were trying to ram me as opposed to winning. I'm not sure what they were doing. They could have actually won this race, but I'll take it.
Horizon, please congratulate the Eliminator!
This game I'll start out by showing you in fast speed. I tried engaging in a late head-to-head that I was not able to complete. So now I am scrambling over to get in position for the final showdown. This is Arena 19, and because of that late head-to-head, I will leave now. I could tell I was early, as did they, and I exit exactly at 3 seconds. They exited early and were eliminated. So the finish point appears. It is southeast, and I'll go through the stadium, as did the Funko. I tried bumping them. They did the map trick. I like angling to the right to avoid running into those buildings, which is what they did. So I will just go straight over towards this finish. It looks like it is on or very close to the highway over here. It's the Horizon Street scene on the right. In the next area I'm going through, the roads are configured in the shape of a dog's head. And I know around the neck there are obstructions, so I will go right of that and then over on the highway, and the finish is on the highway straight ahead.
Winner! Welcome to the Illuminati!
Start this game by showing you this head-to-head, and this is Arena 8, and this is a location I will park at and try and catch someone going the wrong direction. It's actually kind of the only head-to-head that I trust myself with in this area, although I have to use caution that no one comes behind me with speed and eliminates me. That's happened before. I wasn't really paying attention, so this wound up working out well. And I'll get over to the finish, and just after I do, the head-to-heads are canceled. I actually should have stayed in the Nissan GTR. It has a higher top speed than the Hoonigan Focus RS RX, but I decide to take the Focus RS RX. It's actually a great off-road vehicle. It just doesn't have the top speed. You can see on the map this point I like to leave from. This is Arena 10. The range of time to leave is 21 to 24 seconds. I will leave it 23 seconds. Watch the mini-map. This vehicle that left early, I think they exited about 5 seconds. I exited 2.5 seconds. They are eliminated by the arena. So we're down to 4 drivers left. I am the only one that is going this direction with speed. And the finish appears to be around the stadium, possibly near the Bat's Head. So I will go near this tree and angle to the right. There is a road and a dirt road that has a narrow area, and everywhere around there you can see all those buildings, and there's a bump right in the middle of that I avoid on this line. Now I can go on the east side of the stadium. Watch out for a few obstructions through here. There's some carts and some truck trailers. And the finish is on the neck of the Bat's Head. So I will angle over to the left and go over on the road alongside the left side of the Bat's Head over to the finish here.
Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati.
I'll start this game showing you how my first game of the day started, on this day that is, finding a level 6 Porsche 959. Now I'll jump ahead where I am just down this dirt road, now getting in position for the final showdown as the arena is shrinking. There isn't enough time to engage and complete a head-to-head, so right here is the point I like to lead from. And this is just on the east side of Atlantis to Tula. A couple vehicles over there.
Head-to-heads complete.
Not sure what they were up to. If they were thinking of getting into a late head-to-head, and head-to-heads are now canceled. You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from. This is Arena 8. The range of time to leave is 21 to 24 seconds. I will leave it 22 seconds. Where the road angles to the right, I will go slightly to the left and tap my brakes as I exit. There's a small bump there that could cause me to roll over. Go a little to the left here, avoiding that shed and barn. Either through this intersection or the end of this greenhouse is a clear route. There are obstructions, trees, and a shed that are off to the left. And that vehicle behind me hit something. So now over on the road that goes through the Cloverleaf and alongside of Horizon Street Scene. And I'll open up the map, and the straightaway, the finish is in Guanajuato. So once I clear the trees and buildings north of Horizon Street Scene, I will angle over to the right, avoiding that trapezoid area there. You can see all the obstructions around that. Now the point that I'm looking for is there is a H-shaped pattern of roads. I want to be on the left edge of this H, and there'll be a sharp left turn ahead. Slow down, and the turn. Take this over to the finish. Even though it shows I'm in second place, it goes to first place pretty quick there. So I'll get this win in. And I didn't know it until afterwards. My friend Mike Mechanic was in this game. You can see him there.
Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati.
As you can see, I engaged in a late head-to-head. I was in the Lamborghini Centenario and decided to take the Funko for its higher top speeds. Now I'm just getting in position for the final showdown.
Head-to-head's complete. Get ready for the final showdown.
Between the bridge and the arena wall is the point I like to leave from. You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from. This is arena 12. The range of time to leave is 16 to 18 seconds. I will leave at 16 seconds. The only one who is trying to time their exit, and I timed this far too close at 3 1/4 seconds. At 3 1/2 seconds, you are eliminated by the arena. So that is foolish. I should not have done that. Although, I guess on a good note, I have a greater lead, and the finish appears to be very close to the highway. It looks like it may be just south of it. Had my perspective or view wrong there. It was one too close to the vehicle. In the last final showdown I had in a Funko, I wasn't able to see as it was raising up at high speeds going down the highway, and that was the reasoning behind that. So here's the finish right over here. This is a very easy win in a 3-driver final showdown.
Welcome to the secret society of the Illuminati! Oh, shh.
In this game, I will show you some of the key moments during it. I thought it was worth showing. This level 7 Ford Bronco, very close to the beginning, and then I was in this MG Metro in a head-to-head with the Audi RS7, which you'd think I wouldn't have a chance, but they wind up running into something back there, and I wound up unexpectedly beating them. So shortly after that, I engaged in another head-to-head with a level 6 and had a very easy win. into the lava field over near the church ruins and leveled up into a Mercedes AMG 1. I wound up just hanging out on the perimeter, waiting for the final showdown, and now I am getting in position for the final showdown. This is the point that I like to leave from, a little closer to the arena wall. This is actually the same final showdown as the last game I showed you. This is Arena 12. The range of time to leave is 16 to 18 seconds. I will leave at 18 seconds. Have left a second early, so I'm just slowly accelerating through here. Not sure what that level 9 is doing. I exit at 2.5 seconds, and the finish point appears. My initial thought is it is southeast of Teotihuacan, and I open up the map and the straightaway so I don't crash and go off the road, and I confirm that's where it's at. And I've seen this finish point numerous times. There's a tendency to want to go around the south side of the pyramid strip. I've learned continue on this line where the road bends to the left, go straight, and look at the speeds I'm maintaining through here around the north end of the pyramid strip, Teotihuacan. So just slowly angle over towards the finish. This is a much clearer route as well. There are many obstructions that you have to deal with around the south side of the pyramid strip, Teotihuacan. There's just a few random trees to deal with on this route. Avoid those for the win. And the AMG 1.
Congratulations! You are the Eliminator!
In this game, I will start by showing you a critical moment during the beginning of this game. I started in the southeast. You can see I'm over in the swamp, and look what I find. A level 9 Fiesta. What a great start. And I went on to engage in, I think it was 3 head-to-heads. Now I am just getting in position for the final showdown. I engaged in a head-to-head with that vehicle just to see if I couldn't get them to run out of position. It didn't work. Right on the edge of the woods, directed northwest, is the point that I like to leave from.
Get ready for the final showdown!
You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from, and I will roughly go this direction. This is Arena 6. The range of time to leave is 18 to 20 seconds. I will leave at 20 seconds. And the finish point appears it's roughly that direction that I said I would head. So straight ahead, watch out for a few random trees through here, and there is a dirt road where the blue suggested route is that crosses the stream. Is that dirt road. This is a flat point to cross the stream. Farther over to the right is a bridge, and there are steep banks on either side of the stream that will hang you up. vehicle fairly close behind me, but I need to focus on my route. I think one of them hit something, the one that was the closest of the two. Just across the highway here, and I know there may be some buildings around this finish point. Just take this dirt road to the finish as that Brocky comes in for a close second.
Horizon, please congratulate the Eliminator!
I was mistaken. It was 2 head-to-heads. Unfortunately, in this final showdown, I only have the final minute. It wound up being one of the best games I've had in a long time. I took this Brocky with a Nissan GTR next to Atlantis to Tula. Actually sniped them down the dirt road. And Hesitated Jam is in this game. On the way to the finish point, Hoonigan RS200 was tumbling after they hit a bump next to me, and you can see there's 2 vehicles right behind me. One of them hit something just before crossing the highway, and then the second one winds up hitting something through here. And I jump over this hill, clearing these buildings, managed to gain my composure enough to get over to the finish. And like I said, I'm still kind of angry with myself that I did not record this game.
Winner! Welcome to the Eliminati!
This wound up being the first game of the day, and you can see that was a level 2 escort. I engaged in a head-to-head with them, and along the way, look, there is a level 6 Audi RS7. So I wound up winning, staying in the Nissan Tsuru, and wound up going back and getting the Audi RS7. And I will jump ahead. I engaged in enough head-to-heads to get into a Brocky, and I am now getting in position around the perimeter, just timing it going into the final arena so there isn't enough time for anyone to engage and complete a head-to-head. All right, let's go. It's time. I'll engage in a head-to-head with someone randomly around where I position myself just to see if I can get them to run out of position for the final showdown. They actually start heading over and then stop. And that's roughly the direction I will go in the final showdown. At this bend in the road directed east is the point I like to leave from. You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from. This is Arena 15. The range of time to leave is 11 to 13 seconds. I will leave it 12 seconds. And I have a shorter distance in this final showdown that I leave from, and I'll slow this next part down and explain why. Look at all the cross traffic here. They're all going to head north. So if I was going at a high rate of speed, I would not have been able to maneuver around them. Time my exit at 2.5 seconds. And as anticipated, when the finish point appears, after someone left early there, it is up the mountain. So I will go between the hills here. They all headed north. Only one of them is taking the road. The other two are going over the hills, which is a terrible route. So I will go under this bridge here, angle to the right, go around that ridge that's on the left, start angling over towards what I call the gap up the side of the mountain. It is north of Horizon Mexico Festival site. You can see the dark green on the map. It's actually the gap that I would use when the final showdown is up the volcano. 18. So I'm in second place. I believe that is the Brocky that is ahead of me. So I need to try and take a clean route up the side of the mountain. I've seen this finish point before. When I get to about here, I know to start angling up towards the finish. It is steeper here, so running into a tree like that normally is a fatal mistake, but they are having their own issues too. And I actually, to my surprise, have a shot at winning this, and I do win it. Look at that. I did not think I had a chance.
Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati.
In this game, I'll start where I am getting in position for the final showdown. It's the greenhouse next to Teotihuacan there, and along the way, here's this other level 8 Camaro. I am in the Nissan GTR. I like to leave over around this small group of trees.
Head-to-head's complete. Get ready for the final showdown.
You can see on the map this point I like to leave from, and I will roughly go this direction. This is Arena 10. The range of time to leave is 21 to 24 seconds. I will leave at 22 seconds. On the way to my exit, here is a Hoonigan RS200, and this winds up being Villain TSS, an online gaming friend and a subscriber that takes the identical line, exits at 3 seconds, I exit at 2 seconds. And I'm trying to angle over to the right, they're trying to angle over to the left. I wasn't actually trying to bump them, I was trying to avoid that building, go along the right edge of that H-shaped pattern of roads to get close to this tree and then angle over to the right. There is a lot of obstructions over to the left that I avoid on this line. And I open up the map. I can see the finish is in Guanajuato, so I need to get on the road that goes in through the south side of the city. Direct line, and you will come to an abrupt stop heading the buildings and wall on the perimeter of Guanajuato. Trying not to overshoot these turns here. More importantly, there is a right turn just as you enter the city, and if you overshoot this turn, it's a critical point where you will run into those buildings there on the left. I tried slowing down to make this turn. They overshot the turn. To my surprise, I wind up getting the win. Good game, Villain TSS. Well played.
Welcome to the secret society of the Illuminati! Oh, shh.
On the same day as that previous game, this was the last game of the day. And I have to play this in fast speed because this was a chase that went on endlessly. And it winds up being, it's a Lamborghini Murcielago that I'm chasing. You can see it there. And they are doing an excellent job at evading me, and then I come upon this level 5 Bronco R and challenge them. Unfortunately, I was going the wrong direction. Fortunately for me, they hit a tree right before the finish. Had they actually taken the highway across the bridge, they most likely would have won, but I live for another race, the final showdown. So I took the Mercedes AMG 1 and went around the perimeter away from where the head-to-heads were taking place. Now I am going to get in position for the final showdown. This is east of Horizon Street scene. I engaged in a head-to-head with that Camaro just to see if I could get them to run out of position. It worked. Between the perimeter and the bridge in the left lane is the point I like to leave from. You can see on the map this point I like to leave from. This is Arena 3. The range of time to leave is 22 to 26 seconds. I will leave it 25 seconds. It's a Lamborghini Centenario in the right lane that is more interested in honking their cute little horn than trying to time their exit. I realized I was a little early, so just maintained my speed back through there and then started accelerating, which worked out perfectly. I exit right at 3 seconds with speed. When the finish point appears, it looks to be around the base of the mountain, around the northern end of the lava field. I decide that I will angle over to the right before I cross the bridge. There's a clear path through here between the bridge on the left and this bridge that crosses the stream on the right. I will have to navigate through trees and some small buildings on this line. I realize that, but it is more of a direct route. Would have been a longer route going off to the left. I recognize the road configuration. That's the thumbs up fist. I know to go left of that short dirt road. That would be the thumbs up. There's a row of trees just left of that there. Spun out a little bit, but I still have the lead and I will be able to win this.
Congratulations! You are the Eliminator!
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video along with all of my videos. And if you've been enjoying my content, subscribe, please. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I really need your help, so click that link on the bottom right.